So MAGA Mike is walking it back now after he said that Donald Trump was an FBI informant. You don't have to watch very many episodes of Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul to understand what an informant is and what they do. But Mike Johnson clearly didn't think it through. So first he went out there and he said this. Y'all remember this one?
He's not saying that what Epstein did is a hoax. It's a terrible, unspeakable evil. He believes that himself. When he first heard the rumor, he kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago. He was an FBI informant to try to take this stuff down. The president knows and has great sympathy for the women who have suffered these unspeakable harms. It's detestable to him. He and I have spoken about this as recently as 24 hours ago.
Now, there's one thing I want to point out before we get to the part where you had to walk this back. I want to point out all of the people who leaped on this and said, see there, man, there it is. Trump was an FBI informant. He was put in there to bring down Epstein. Informants are put in there to bring someone down because 9 times out of 10, they're guilty of wrongdoing as well. And so they make a deal for immunity. Go watch a Sons of Anarchy episode if you need to for reference, or Perry Mason if that's your thing. And you will see that people are given immunity if you will go in and let's just go ahead and say the word rat. Okay, let's bring it down to where people, right around here we call them rats, okay? To be a rat, you have to have been guilty of wrongdoing, and you have to be surrounding yourself with the people doing the wrongdoing. That's who they put in there to be a rat, or as Mike Johnson said, an FBI informant. What was so hilarious is watching the MAGA people latch onto that like it was a win. Like, oh boy, we got him now. Yeah, he was an informant. He was trying to bring him down, and they didn't stop and think it through. They also didn't stop and think through that they've made this entire thing about the deep state. But by saying that, they're saying that Donald Trump was working for the deep state. These people do not think it through, and it just goes to show you how absolutely stupid that people truly can be. And a good buddy of mine, Superman Todd, he's over on the TikTok app. It's where he puts out most of his content. Great guy, great friend. We talk almost every day. And when that story broke, we send each other voice messages back and forth. And when that story broke, he was like, dude, do you think that he was in panic mode and just slipped up and screwed up? Or do you think that that's how they're going to try to spin it now? And I said, well, I believe it's a little bit of both. I think he was in panic mode right there. You could tell he was talking fast, just trying to, make this go away, please. I think he slipped up and said that. But then I think, yeah, people definitely ran with it. And I'm sure somewhere was ketchup splattering on the wall going, no, you can't tell him that. You can't say that, Mike. So now, old MAGA Mike, he goes out there and he tries to walk it back. And this one right here is even funnier to me. Let's bring it up this way so we can watch it. We'll just watch this one together. Now, this is him, and I may pause it as we go and react to some of this bullshit he's spewing right here. But here he is, and again, he is so nervous, he's so frantic because he realizes just how bad that he fucked up.
What do you mean by that?
All right. What I was referring to in that long conversation was what the victim's attorney said. More than a decade ago, President Trump kicked Epstein out of Mar-a-Lago. And he was one of the only people, one of the only prominent people, as everyone has reported, not President Trump, but everybody about him, that he was willing to help law enforcement go after this guy who was a disgusting child abuser.
Okay, first stop. Let's call bullshit right there. He said, Donald Trump's words was, I kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago because he took someone from my spa, and that someone was a 17-year-old girl. So he broke it off with this dude because he took a 17-year-old masseuse from his spa. So they had 17-year-old girls working, giving massages in spas, and that's why he got pissed at Epstein. But watch old MAGA Mike here just continue to dig his wheels and bury himself.
Sex trafficker, all the allegations, that's what they heard. So the president was helpful in that. I don't know if I use the right terminology, but that's common knowledge and everybody knows that. So this is much ado about nothing.
Did the president tell you this specifically about his call?
Okay, wait. He said this is much to do. I gotta go away from it. It's much to do about nothing. Donald Trump also said that it was all irrelevant. He said, let's talk about something that's relevant, like the great job that I'm doing. And you heard him say right there, let's talk about something else. They're trying so hard to make this go away, and the harder he tries, it just continues. This clip continues to snowball. I'm going to go ahead and warn you, but it's actually pretty fun to watch.
I was recounting what others have said. The president and I have talked about the Epstein evils many times. He's as disgusted by it as everybody else. He has long had a history of acknowledging that, and he has said repeatedly he wants everything to come out, all credible information, everything for the American public to decide.
Was he ever asked to wear a wire or anything like that?
I have no idea. No, I'm not saying that. I have no information about that whatsoever. I was repeating what has been common knowledge for a long time.
I got to pause it. I'm sorry. Was he asked to wear a wire? And he just is like, no, I have no idea. But I got to point out before he continues to train wreck, Donald Trump has never one time said one word about the victims. It's all just been that this has been a hoax. He has never expressed any sympathy for anyone and said that he took a 17-year-old from his spa. I mean, how can this guy be so spineless? How can he be so gutless? How can he be such a whore? Let's keep rolling.
The president was helpful in trying to get Epstein, for the law enforcement to go after Epstein. That's always been my understanding. That's common knowledge. It's the public's understanding. I was not breaking news there. Okay. What I'm trying to emphasize is that the president is as disgusted about this as everyone is. All people of good conscience. We heard from the victims last week. It was gut wrenching to hear their accounts. Many of them came out here and did it to a broader audience, to the public. But there's as many as 1,000 other victims, hundreds of young women now.
Yeah, many of them did it while Trump had planes fly over to try to interrupt what they were saying, and Donald Trump said, let's talk about something that's relevant, and it's all one big Democratic hoax. But keep burying yourself for a pal.
Now, some of them middle-aged women who were subjected to these abuses for a long, long time, and justice is long overdue. So we're not just investigating Epstein and what happened, but why the justice system failed these women for so long. That is why the House Oversight Committee is on this so aggressively. And as you saw, the latest developments, I think Chairman Comer and some other members are going down to Florida. They're going down to the Epstein estate to look at visitor laws at the estate. By the way, none of this was encompassed in the discharge petition gambit. This is what...
Folks, it's really just this simple. I'm going to go ahead and stop it right there because he just continues to dig in his heels and continue to bury himself. It's this simple. Release the files. Just release it. Just let us see it all. Just tell the truth. It's not that hard. But you can't sit here and say, oh boy, yeah, we absolutely love these victims and we care deeply about them, while you've got a president out there saying it's all a hoax and let's talk about something relevant. And right as I sit down in this chair to do the video, I'm going to bring this up here if I can find it real quick. My good buddy Hayden from Midas Touch sent it over to me, and I was like, holy crap. There's always something breaking in these stories. It's just, it's always happening. I realize that when I sit down to do a video that I'm not going to get it done before something else breaks, and something else has broke, and I want to bring it up here and show you what has happened here. So remember that letter that Trump said didn't exist? Remember that letter that we heard about? So here it is. Lawyers for Jeffrey Epstein's estate have given Congress a copy of the birthday book put together for the financer's 50th birthday, which includes a letter with Trump's signature that he has said doesn't exist. And right here it is, folks. There, right here it says voiceover, but look where he signed his name in the pubic hair region there. Yeah, there it is. I'm having trouble. Let me see if I can see that. Pull it up over here and see if I can see that. I'm getting old, folks. I can't see like I used to. So the voiceover said, there must be more to life than having everything, Donald. Yes, there is, but I won't tell you what it is. Then Jeffrey says, nor will I. I also know what it is. Donald says, we have certain things in common, Jeffrey. And Jeffrey said, yes, we do. Come to think of it. And then Donald said, enigmas never age. Have you noticed that? And Jeffrey says, as a matter of fact, it's clear to me from the first time that I saw you. And Donald says, a pal is a wonderful thing. Happy birthday. And may every day be another wonderful secret. So there you go. Let's just sit back now. All we got to do, folks, is just sit back now and watch the MAGA influencers run to their pages to try to make this go away and to try to insult our intelligence. But I just want to say one thing to those folks. I have never in my lifetime seen a group of people who would allow someone to insult their intelligence this bad. I have never seen a president get away with more than Donald J. Trump, and I don't think we ever will in another lifetime. I believe my grandsons and great grandsons will be talking about this and studying this in the history books and trying to figure out what the fuck happened in the 2020s in America. But every time you go out there and try to go to bat for this dude and defend this stuff, you dig the hole deeper. And watch and see them start trying to walk back this ladder now. And I really do believe that if we had video evidence come right out in our face and we could see all of it right out in the open, if it was on a big screen in the middle of every football stadium in the country, there would be people somewhere still in denial. And I'm not one that really likes to make predictions, but I want to go ahead and call this one. You can mark this one down in the books. On September 8th, 2025, Tennessee Brando said to you, there will come the day that they will deny they ever voted for him. They will deny that they ever even knew who he was. They will deny that they ever even talked politics. That's how delusional they are. So, yeah, MAGA Mike and MAGA, just have fun trying to walk this back. But you are absolutely going to be out of breath in no time the harder you try to walk it back, because there's no defending this anymore. But, I realize you all will keep trying. It's truly sickening to watch. But I do appreciate everyone for sticking with me here on the channel. We're headed toward 1 million subscribers. I do believe we'll get there before the end of the year at the rate we're going. So if you haven't already, it doesn't cost anything. Just be sure and hit that button. Also, we do have a Patreon. We have members only. Be sure to check those out. And I am writing over on Substack. And that's an experience. I do enjoy writing stuff over there. But this is my life now, sitting in this chair talking to you about this every day. And it's going to be one hell of a ride. That's all I can say. We've bought the ticket. It's going to be a bumpy ride. And I appreciate y'all so much for coming along with me.